Hi guys, hope you all are doing good in this crisis situation. I quickly wanted to discuss a few of the questions that I've been recently receiving with respect to, whether to join PO programs or banking domain or not, because there has been a lot of negativity people have been facing with respect to, you know, the career, the target, the sales, which is there in the banking sector and in the PO programs. Okay, so I'll try to explain you about what are the sales targets which are there, and then what kind of work pressure is there, and after that, if you are able to manage all of that, what kind of career that you have. Cool. All right, let's get started. So, say there will be various kind of department that you get when you get placed after a PO or a banking program. Okay. Say for example, you get into branch banking, so you might get into a role which is a privileged banker. Okay. Now the question is whether there is sales, whether there is target. Yes, there is sales in branch. Definitely there is sales, and there will be targets as well, and which will be pressure as well. Life would be a little challenging for sure, but I'll explain you like what kind of goals and pressures are there, and then probably you can relate whether it's worth taking that pressure, whether it's worth taking that option or not. Cool. So say for example, you're into branch banking, being a privileged banker, you get targets on getting acquisition of say salary account, then current account, then LI, which is life insurance, GI, which is general insurance, and similar kind of products. You will have your monthly target, and you'll be assessed on a annual performance. Okay, while the goals are there on a monthly basis, and they will be reviewed on a weekly basis as well, but you get rated only once in a year. Okay. So that's a bit of information. I'll explain you a little more why I'm saying that there is annual assessment and the goals are on monthly basis, and there will be weekly review as well. So, like the question is whether it is difficult to get a savings account, whether it's difficult to get a current account. No, it depends on your skills and ability. Like say for example, if you want to if you have very good say networking skills, you need to use that, create good whichever brands that you're working around, that you should develop your network, know people, circulate your visiting cards, etc., so that they know you well. Second is say for example, whichever bank branch that you are into, there is a existing customer database that also you can use to further upscale. So say somebody has taken a loan, and probably you might offer him a savings account or a current account, or maybe an insurance, maybe they need it. Okay. There will be another options as well, which are walking customers. There will be customers who will be walking into your branch, and you can reach out to them. Say for example, they came to initiate an NEFT transaction, and you pitched him, say, hey, get an account, and from there you can do it online by your home itself. Okay. So that's another opportunities. Then there are like say for example, there will be a lot of new customers getting acquired by other sectors. Like for example, somebody taking a loan. Now when somebody gets a loan, they become, because the bank solves the problem that customer, right? Say for example, I want to buy a home, I got a home loan from your bank. That means I got a home because of you. So when you reach out to them with some other kind of products, it's very highly likely situation that they'll take it off, because they are already happy with the services or the options that you guys have offered. So high probability, that's also one of the potential. Then apart from that, use your methods, probably events, drives. Say for example, if you want current account, there's a big market, go distribute all your cards, ID cards, okay, sorry, visiting cards. Say there is a small school where they have their salary account in a particular bank which is not doing great, so you can get them transferred. So there are like 30-40 teachers are there, so you can get their account. If there are small companies which are opening a little bigger shops, where like say if there is a beauty parlor which has like 10-15 member working, these are a few of the avenues from there where you can get, but yes, there will be a bit of effort required, and that's why I say that there is sales and it is challenging as well. But think, how difficult are these? Once you are into it, you're putting your effort. Okay. Say for example, if you get into loans, then you may get into collections where there will be, say, monthly collection goals. So reaching out to people who have not paid their dues on time, probably getting to know their problems, then guiding them, explaining them what are the benefits if they pay off, if they don't, what are the consequences, etc., and then driving the loans. Say if you're into credit, then there will be scrutiny of the document which are being submitted to get the credit, right? So which is loans. So say you are into scrutiny department, then there will be goals that every month you should be able to do scrutiny of X number of documents, and then you should be able to disburse those amounts, X amount within a month, and then within your quarter, etc., etc. And then there are also some opportunities, like for example trade finance. Okay, so in trade finance what happens is there will be letter of credits, there will be bank guarantees. So what they do is they again look into how, whether the clause mentioned in the bank guarantees, are they accurate or not, are they meeting the requirements or not. You have to scrutinize that, and then there will be a lot of inflow. You need to meet the timelines. There will be SLA, like for example if somebody submits on say first, then there will be, if there is 48 hours of service level agreement, that you'll respond back within say 48 hours. So by third you should get back to that customers. But here the most critical thing is your quality. That means you should be accurate. You should never go inaccurate, because bank guarantee, letter of credit, which is part of trade finance, are pretty higher amount, and if you do a small mistake, bank will get huge losses. So this is how criticality of the different department goals and targets and pressures. Cool. Now, like I said, a lot of people think that will they lose their job. So let me tell you that there is monthly targets which will be tracked in a weekly basis. That means every week they'll say, okay, in a month you are about to get say 5 savings account. So every week you should get at least one or more. So every week you will be checked. Have you got one or not? You have said yes, I've got one. Okay, cool. So you have done your savings account. How about your current account? Like that. Okay. And say for example if you don't for a particular month, it won't be huge matter, but your performance is assessed on a monthly basis, and on an annual basis. Okay, monthly you have goals. So say out of 12 months you met your goals on 8 months, and you did not meet your goals on 4 months. In that case you fit into a particular range of performance. So who may face that job risk? Only folks who are into bottom 10%, 5 to 10%. Okay, so say for example in your team, if there are 20 people, and if you're in the bottom 1 or 2, that's when the issue is. And I'm telling you very genuinely and clearly that these are the people who are actually not working, and that's why they face the challenge. So your question can be, say for example if there are 20 people and all are performing good, there may be a lot of situations where nobody will face any consequence if everyone is performing good. But say if somebody is not doing at all, okay, in my career, whatever that I've seen, this has been that kind of a population which actually doesn't work. And it's good that they separate from the organization, so that the organization do well and they find their right interest as well. Okay, so a person, say for example if you have you are putting your enough of effort, you don't need to worry much about whether you lose your job or not. You just need to have your genuine effort. Now I'll explain you quickly what are the career opportunities. Say for example if you work for 2 to 3 years, okay, if you are able to somehow survive and complete your 3 years, now I'll tell you what is your benefits. Okay, so you have 2 to 3 years of experience. Now you are a deputy manager, you have a banking degree, okay, and you are no more a fresher. You have worked into one of the top banks, say for example ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank. Think now what is your market value. So all that target pressure, all that goals or sales, everything of 3 years, and then you have all these things. I'm telling you, you go to HDFC Bank, if you are from ICICI, go to HDFC, go to Axis, you are at par with them. Your knowledge is at very high level after working for 2 to 3 years. You know everything about your department that you have worked into. For sure, you cannot, you cannot imagine that you can stay for 2 to 3 years without knowing about the department. Okay, so you know everything. You have degree. You are deputy manager. You are experienced, and you have worked into one of the most reputed organizations. If you go to, banks of same level, you easily get through. You're respected actually. If you go to banks like say Bandhan, IDFC, RBL, they'll be like welcoming you. Oh my God, because your knowledge, because ICICI Bank is also like highly technologically advanced organization. You know everything about how, with technology things will drive. So the latest technology you'll know. If you go to, there are options like say Ujjivan Finance, Airtel Payment, Muthoot Finance. All these organizations be like, they'll give you at least two level up from whichever department, level that you go. If you go from DM1, you get directly M. You go from DM2, you get M2. So they'll give you at least a level or two level ups, and then think what can be your, pay, your career, the environment. You choose your area and then switch. Okay, and say after that, beyond banking, I'm explaining you what are the options that you have. Is there are pricing department in any organizations. Retail has, e-commerce, logistics. Uh, there are organizations like JP Morgan, Barclays, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, HSBC. There is n number of opportunities if you are just able to survive for 2 to 3 years with these basic kind of sales, where actually you don't sell a product, it's just like services that you need to explain, and you have multiple opportunities. You have your existing base, you have your walk-in customers, you have events, drives. There are new customers which are coming in. There are various kind of opportunities which are available, and with that you have to just survive for 2 to 3 years. And say for example, if all of that if you do, and still if you don't find that private is good, then you can still go to scale 2 of IBPS, RRB. So guys, there is very strong potential, I would say, if you get into any banking program, and if you are able to survive for 2 to 3 years. And I'm sure if you guys are hardworking, if you guys are dedicated, if you really want to do something in your career, uh, instead of just sitting thinking about there is risk, there is pressure, there is target, and say for example, if you're preparing for government and not getting able to clear, and then wasting your 2 to 3 years, and then taking that decision that let's try now on the private, anything that I'll get, I'll do it. I would say that weigh both of them and see which side are you leaning more. And in case you feel confident about yourself that instead of waiting, getting through that dilemma that whether I'll get government or not, or any other job, etc., and being scared of sales pressure, etc., jumping into that area, and then putting all your effort for 2 to 3 years, then having an amazing career ahead. I'm telling you guys, most of my friends are like, I'm from 2011 batch. It's been like almost 10 years. Most of my friends who are into banking are all senior manager and above. They all earning fair and handsome salary. I'm telling you, if you guys are putting good effort, and if you're talented, if you're improving your skill sets, within 5 years there is potential to earn ₹1,00,000 per month. And even if you're not talented, not very high skill, even if you're average, but if you're consistent, hardworking, and dedicated, you will definitely reach around 70 to 80,000 rupees per month salary bracket within 5+ years. So I would definitely say, guys, go through it, do a bit of introspection, and take a call. Go ahead for taking that calculative risk in case you're leaning more towards starting off with your career instead of just sitting and keeping on thinking. All the best, guys.